Thank you, Lord. It is in the Old Testament. It is one of the minor prophets. Thank you, Lord.
Good. Thank you, Lord. Good all the time.
Amen. The book of Micah, chapter number 7.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord. Amen. Book of Micah, chapter number 7. We will begin with verse number 7. Therefore will I look unto the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. Verse number 8. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall rise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. Now let's read verse 18, 19, and 20. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passes by the transgressions of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. He will turn again. He will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities, and thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob, and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old. May the Lord add a special blessing to the reading and hearing of his word. Amen. I want to speak to somebody on today. A reconciled relationship. A reconciled relationship. Why don't you clap your hands and give the Lord some praise? Clap your hands. Come on, clap your hands and give the Lord some praise. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. A reconciled relationship. Amen. A reconciled relationship. We are living in a day and age when, hallelujah, it is easier for people to sever their ways instead of trying to make things work. We are living in a day and age where people do not want to commit to anything. They just want to say, I'm done, it's over with, let me move on. Thank you, Lord Jesus. You turn on the news and you hear so many couples, especially we find that celebrities, they find themselves married today and tomorrow they are divorced. No commitment. I'm just tired. Let me move on. Help me, Lord Jesus. But when I look at the word reconciled, the first thing came to my mind was what we talked about on Wednesday night in Bible class. Reconcile means to bring back. To bring back. Relationship is when you have a understanding of the individual. You spend time with one another. You are committed to get to know someone. You want to develop a relationship or a kinship with someone. But today we want to talk about a reconciled relationship. Amen. We look at the book of Micah. And Micah is known as one of the minor prophets. He is not a minor prophet because what he has to say is of no value. It is full of value, full of importance. He is known as a minor prophet because of the length of his book. Not because of the importance of his book, but because the length of his book. when you read the book of Micah compared to Ezekiel or Isaiah, you understand why it is called a minor prophet. And we're going to also ask that we limit our walking as much as possible. Thank you, Lord. But during this time, Micah was known as a contemporary of the prophet Isaiah. So when Isaiah was writing his book, or when Isaiah was prophesying, you find that Micah was prophesying as well. But the difference between Micah and the difference between Isaiah is that Isaiah was prophesying to a different group of individuals or a different class of people, where Isaiah was prophesying to the upper crust, if you will, or those who live in Lincoln Park or the Gold Coast or Lakeshore Drive. Those were the type of people that Isaiah was prophesying to. Well, then you had Micah. Micah was prophesying to the lower class. They were known as peasants. But don't you know, it does not matter the type, the wealth that you have, that you need to know God for yourself. You can be the richest man on the face of the earth, but if you don't have a relationship with God, if you don't know him for yourself, all the money that you have is not going to give you the advantage to make heaven your home. I wish I was preaching to a praying church on today. See, some of you think that because you are wealthy and you are well-to-do, that you can just write your ticket and make heaven your home. But let me just share with you today, and some of you, I hate to bust your bubble on today, but because you have a pocket full of money and you drive the fancy car, hallelujah, and you park your car so far you don't want no one to look at your car or touch your car. But again, I hate to bust your bubble, because it does not matter the amount of money that you have. But let me emphasize again, you must get to know God for yourself. Hallelujah. You must be a partner with God by yourself. Does not matter what mama or daddy thinks. Does not matter because of the relationship that your husband or your wife has. You must develop, and you must know that God is a keeper, God is a deliverer, God is a burden bearer, God is a mind regulator, God is a soul saver. God will hallelujah give you peace in the midst of the storm. You got to know him for yourself. Somebody shout hallelujah. Thank you, Lord Jesus. We are living in perilous times. We are living in a day and age when most of us who sit here in the house of God think that we can have our cake and eat it too. I see you don't want to say amen about that. But some of us, we sit in the house of God and think, hallelujah, that we can be part-time lovers. Remember when I said a couple of weeks ago, hallelujah, many of us are not married to the Lord, hallelujah. We are like God's boyfriend or God's girlfriend, and we are not committed to being involved with God. But let me just share with you on today, I want to be God's bride, yes I do. I want to be married to the Lord, hallelujah. See, I want to be committed to God, hallelujah. And my relationship is not based upon my relationship that I have with my wife, but I got to have a relationship with God. You notice I keep using that word relationship. Somebody in this house today, you need to understand that you need to have a relationship with God. That you need to be married to God. Hallelujah. You need to be wrapped up, tied up, tangled up with God and God alone. But during the time that Micah was writing this book, Israel was being Israel. And you know what I mean. For those of you that are Bible scholars, you know Israel being Israel. There was a time, hallelujah, when Israel was doing their own thing. As many times as God had delivered Israel, brought Israel out of the Red Sea, made a way for Israel, proved himself over and over again, but yet and still Israel wanted to do their own thing. It sounds familiar, doesn't it, church? Because some of us are just like that. My God. We get complacent in our relationship. We get satisfied of being on the outside instead of being on the inside. We get satisfied being close enough just to be able to run back to God. But don't you know there might come a time, hallelujah, when your well runs dry. There might come a time when you don't have the ability to make it back home. So therefore you need to be as close as you possibly can. But again, during the time that Micah was writing, Israel was just in a bad state. Israel was full of idolatry. Israel was doing things that were outside of God. And I ask myself so many times, and sometimes I am puzzled because I just don't understand, and I thank God that I don't understand, that how God was yet proving himself. God was showing his grace and his mercy. God was showing how much he loved Israel, but instead of Israel being there, they chose to go backwards. Instead of Israel lifting up holy hands, magnifying God, thanking God for what he has done, and thanking God for what he was going to do, they found themselves on the outside looking in. But see, nobody in this church has ever been there before. Nobody in this church has ever been there before, because you've always been on a spiritual high. You don't know how it feels to go through a storm. You don't know how it feels to want to run outside and say, I'm tired and I can't give no more. See, because all of you that are sitting here are so holier than thou. All of you that sit here, all of you don't know how some of us peasant folk feel. Some of you don't know how it feels to be down and out, have no money in your pocket. Some of you don't know how it feels that your body is wrapped in pain. Some of you don't know how it feels to wait in the welfare line. Some of you don't know how it feels to ask somebody for a few dollars to buy your kids some food. But help me, Holy Ghost. I praise God for what he's done. I praise God for what he's going to do. I think sometimes, but you know something, again, let me emphasize, it does not matter the class that you're in. It's all about God and God alone. But during the time that Micah begins to write this book, in chapter number 1, God gives, in so many words, he has a lawsuit against the people of Israel. Because God begins to give his testimony. He begins to bring charges against the people. He begins to bring charges against his very own because of their behavior. He begins to give charges against these people because they don't love God like they used to. They don't praise God like they used to. Some of you that are sitting here right now, you know how it felt when God filled you with the Holy Ghost. You know how you felt, hallelujah, when you were down on the altar and when the mother stood before you and they began to say, press on, baby, press on, press on, press on. You know how you felt when you stayed down on the altar until something began to happen down on the inside. You know how you felt. Push, just push a little bit more. Just push, just push, just push. You know how against the people because they have gone so far. They are so far removed from God. See, because the temple is there, they think that everything is okay. But how many times have you heard me say, we come to the house of God and we are sitting in the house of God, but we are not in the presence of God. We come to the house of God and we are not truly in the presence of God. We have been coming to church for years and years and years, and you know how it's done. When the preacher says, praise the Lord, you know how to clap your hands. When the praise and worship team says, stand on your feet and give God some praise, you know how to open up your mouth. Because when you truly begin to give God some praise, something down in the inside begins to happen. You're not the same person that you was. But many times we come to the house of God and it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. It's just an act that we put on. It's just an act that we put on. And if you need a band-aid on today, I'll be sure to give you a band-aid. It's all right to say, ouch, if that's you. Because that tells me that you got an opportunity to get it right. Because if you are sleeping in the grave right now, there is no longer an opportunity. But while you got breath to breathe, while you're in the land of the living, while you hear the voice, while you hear what God is saying, you got an opportunity, honey, to get it right. You got an opportunity to get it right. So we continue on, yes, in chapter 2, after Micah begins to share depressing news. He's giving what God is giving him. He's giving a word that God is giving him. And God is giving him a word. And the word in chapter number 1 is that there will be a lawsuit against the people of Israel. In chapter number 2, he continues on, but now he's giving even a more depressing message in this chapter. But also, as we continue reading chapter number 2, God begins to give them a glimpse of hope. So all is not lost. God begins to give them a glimmer of hope. So in the midst of all of your ancient double hockey sticks, in the midst of all that you've done and you're doing wrong, God begins to give a glimmer of hope. God begins to say that there is going to come a time when things will get better. But saints, let me just share with you again. When God begins to give a glimmer of hope, don't you think that's the time that you want to give God some praise? Yes, when God begins to give a glimmer of hope, don't you think that's the time to magnify his name? Don't you know when God has allowed you to wake up another day, don't you know that's the time you need to shout hallelujah? Don't you know hallelujah? When all hell is breaking loose in your life and you see a ray of sunshine, don't you know that's the time to magnify his name? Holy Ghost. Hallelujah. But instead of Israel recognizing the might and the power of God, as I said on Wednesday, it is known as a roller coaster effect. How they begin to go high when God began to say things are looking good. Things are looking better in the children of Israel's lives. But don't you know the moment that they got up here on the cloud, the very next thing that went down, and some of you that are sitting here right now, you are in the house of God and you got your praise on. You're sitting here in the house of God and of hope. But again, in chapter number 3, here we go again. Again, let me just emphasize that although it is Micah, it is in the Old Testament, it applies to us today. Because again, the moment we get out of here, we're high, we're down in the dumps. Some of you might as well say ouch right now, because you know that's the normal thing for you. You come to church, you praise and magnify God. The moment you walk outside, everything is going wrong. You talk about everybody. This is wrong, that is wrong. Well, I don't like what the preacher said. I don't like what the missionary said. I'm not going back to that church. And you know that's exactly what the devil wants you to do. The devil wants you to sit there and murmur and complain. The devil wants you to see everything that's going on. But when was the last time you came to the house of God and you just recognize that I'm here to praise and magnify God? I'm here to be in the presence of God. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Take your eyes off of everybody. Stop worrying about what this brother is doing. Stop worrying about what that sister is doing. I want to be in the presence of God. Shout hallelujah. So now they're down again in chapter number 3. We find that the priests, they were wicked priests. They were trying to take advantage of the meek and the lowly. They were robbing them. They were committing adultery and idolatry. For those who did not have, those that were in the upper crust, if you will, they were taking advantage of them. And that was not the will of God. They were taking advantage of the poor. But you know something, as I continue to read in chapter 4, chapter number 5, when I get to chapter number 5, we find that God begins to say that better days are ahead, that better days are coming. See, that should make you shout right now, because some of you might be going through something right now, but I declare hallelujah, if I stand on the word of God, and I'm standing right now on God's word, that God says better days are coming. You need to make sure that you're wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in God. How in the world do you expect better days to come and you're outside the will of God? But somebody right now, I challenge you to take a step. Take a step right now. But that step, hallelujah, you say, I want to get closer to God. Take a step right now. I want to be wrapped up and tied up in God. Take a step. I want to be in the presence of God. I see some folks didn't even move. Some folks don't believe. But I'm going to take a step because I want to be in the presence of God. I want to be there. God is there. I want to feel him. I want to be so close that when he breathes, I feel the anointing of God. I want to be that just close. When God begins to speak, I begin to go back. But saints of the Most High God, we got to learn how to take a step and believe that God is a God that answers prayers.
Yes, Jesus. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Better days were coming, and that God would rescue his people. God says, I'm going to rescue them from the enemy. But see, as I look around in this place right now, as I look in this sanctuary, see, some of you have yet to understand the importance of taking God at his word. See, some of you want, hallelujah, you want, hallelujah, like a feather to come and tickle you, to get you to wave your hands. See, some of you want a feather to come and get you to move. But don't you know, hallelujah, because I am just that crazy enough to believe the word of God. So if God says move, I'm going to move. If God says wave my hands, I'm going to wave my hands. Because I want a miracle in my life. I want God to do something in my life. Now let me see this. number 5, they were high on the mountain. But then we get to chapter number 6. And again, Micah begins again to talk about the indictment that God has on his people. How many of us that are like that? When God begins to bless us, God begins to do wonderful things in our lives. And then we find ourselves again in the midst of sin. We find ourselves outside the will of God. Saints, let me just say this, please, because there's going to come a time when you don't have the opportunity to get back in the presence of God. There's going to come a time when you can run back home. And so what did God finally do? God told Israel to get out. God evicted Israel. He kicked them out of the land that he had given them. He said, get away from me. Get out of my presence, because sin stinks in God's nostrils. God could not endure their sin any longer. And there's going to come a time, saints, some of you that are sitting here right now, God is going to say, enough is enough. I'm tired of your behavior. I'm tired of your sinful ways. I'm tired of you creeping in and creeping out. I need somebody that's going to stand on the word of God. I need somebody that's going to stand on the rock of their salvation. I need somebody who's going to praise and magnify my name in the midst of a storm. Are you going to praise and magnify my name when everything is going wrong? Are you going to praise and magnify my name when folk talk about you? Are you going to praise and magnify my name when there's no money in your pocket? Are you going to praise and magnify my name? But Israel got to the point where God said, enough is enough. God kicked them out of the land of promise. God kicked them out of the land of promise. And you've heard of the story, you've read in the book about a nation called Babylon. You heard of King Nebuchadnezzar. And God does not forget what he said he was going to do. You can cry, you can plead, you can shed crocodile tears. But when it comes to the point in your life where God says, enough is enough, and the relationship had been severed, the relationship had been broken, Israel was on their way out, but God was still being God. You need to understand that regardless of where you are, God is still God. Regardless of where you walk, where you turn, God is still God. And we read the word of God, the relationship had been broken. God was doing what he does best, and Israel was doing what they do. They were not serving and praising and magnifying God as they should. But then, saints, I thank God for him being God. I thank God for being the creator of the universe. I thank God for parting the Red Sea. I thank God when the children of Israel were in the land of the wilderness. God proved his love toward them. Don't you know, saints, hallelujah, that in spite of all that you do, God still loves you. In spite of all the chaos that you create, God still loves you. And so I began to read God's word. But then you know something, saints, sometimes I'm on the outside looking in because all the wrong that I've done in my life. Sometimes I'm on the outside looking in and I'm not where I should be. But you know something, I heard somebody say that God does not leave us, that we leave God, that God does not turn his back. We turn our back on God because of our behavior. But as I began to read the word of God, and particularly in verse number 8, as Micah begins to write to the children of Israel, he began to say, rejoice not against me. Don't get happy. Don't get happy because of me. Oh, mine enemies. Because it says, when I fall, I shall rise again. I might be down believe the word of God. That I'm going to rise again. I'm going to get up. I'm in the midst of hell right now. But I'm going to get up. Help me, Holy Ghost. Everything is going wrong. I'm way down to the floor. Don't know how I'm going to pay the bills. Don't know how I'm going to feed the children. Don't know how I'm going to get to work tomorrow. Don't have money in my pocket. I'm as low can be. I'm all the way on the ground. But I praise God for the Holy Ghost down on the inside. I praise God for allowing me to see another day. I praise God for the activities of my limbs. I praise God for breathing the breath of life. Because when I'm down, I've heard the word of God. It says, I'm sad, rise again. I made up my mind. I'm tired of being down. I made up my mind. I need to get up. I made up my mind. There's something down on the inside. It's telling me to get up. It's not my own. It's not my wife. It's not the deacon. But it's the God inside of me. That relationship that was broken. That relationship that has fallen apart. That relationship that was going to send me to hell. But I praise God. I thank God. I thank God for reconciling relationship. You brought me back to where I belong. Reconciled relationship. I'm back where I belong. I was on my way to the devil's hell. I was on my way to shit where Satan was. But glory be to God. I came into the presence of God. I heard a word from heaven. I heard a word from the Lord. It caused me to clap my hands. It caused me to leap for joy. I was on the outside, but now I praise God for reconciled relationship. Hallelujah. Minister Ellie and I, we have been friends for years, known each other for years, but he went his way, and I went my way. I've been doing my own thing. He's been doing his own thing. But you know something? Minister Elliot was upset with me, didn't agree with me, didn't like me for whatever reason it was. But one day he said, I need to go see my old friend. I need to get back to where my old friend was. There's some good things about my old friend. I'm going to put my differences aside. I got to get to where my old friend is. Tell him, Minister Elliot. And so we finally said, we're going to reconcile all the differences. We're going to start all over. Praise be to God. God chose him today. I want to wipe the slate clean. I want to take away the filth. I want to take away everything that's not like him. Somebody give God some praise. Hallelujah. I almost finished. But you know something? He began to say, rejoice not against me. Don't you start leaping and clapping your hands. You thought that I was down. And see, some of you sitting here right now. You're glad to see your brothers and your sisters down. You're glad to see them down and out. But Micah said, oh, don't you think that because I'm going to get up. I'm down right now, but I'm going to get up. I know a man from Galilee. They hung him on the cross. They pierced him in the side. They put a crown of thorns on his head. He hung, he bled, he died. They put him in a coffin. They sealed him. And the enemy said, I got him right now. He's dead. There's no way he's going to get up. But just like God told Micah that the children of Israel will rise again, just like Micah told him that one was going to come, and this man that the enemy thought that they done away with, he was in that tomb, but he said in 3 days,
Yes, Jesus. Yes, Jesus.
in 3 days, they gonna rise again with all power. Sun didn't shine because on the 3rd day he heard a voice from heaven, and God said, get up from that grave, get up from the grave. And God got up from that grave. He was down, but he got up. Somebody give God some But you know something? Micah began to ask the question in verse number 18. I need you right now to think about you. Think about your situation. Think about your circumstances. Think about your faults, your failures. Think about how many times you displeased God. But then when I read verse 18, Micah began to ask the question, missionary ship. He says, who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity? Oh, help me, Holy Ghost. I wrote in my Bible, thank you, Jesus. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passes, hallelujah, remnant of his heritage. He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. And Micah began to write, who is a God like that, that will forgive you of your sin? Who is a God like that, will wipe the slate clean? Who is a God like that, will take you from where you was to where you belong? Who is a God like that, that will make the crooked path straight? Who is a God like that, that will give you joy in the midst of a storm? Who is a God like that, that woke you up this morning? Who is a God like that, that gave you coffee in your hand? Who is a God like that, that part of the Red Sea? Who is a God like that, that healed your body? Who is a God like that, that paid your bills? I don't know any God except his name is Jesus Christ, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the lily of the valley, the bright of the morning star. But I praise God
Yes, Jesus. Hallelujah.
for reconciled relationship. Yes. Help me, Holy Ghost. Reconciled to children of Israel. They were so far removed, but they admitted what they had done.
Jesus.
They had admitted their faults and their failures. And because of that, again, God reconciled. Hallelujah. God reconciled. Hallelujah. God says, I'm going to bring you back. 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 So when I move, you move. When I stand still, you stand still. When I move, you move. When I lift up, thank God that I have had, Lady Moya, a reconciled relationship. I can't speak for you, Sister Trivia, but I can speak for Parish today. That I have had a reconciled relationship. When I was on the outside, Sister Gresham, he gave me a chance to come back in the fold. He extended his hand in Daniel's crib and said, grab on. Grab a hold. Don't let go. See, some of us have been in the church all our lives, but that does not mean our relationship is where it should have been. See, as quiet as it's kept, some of you are sitting in church and you can bust hell wide open. And you think because you go to church every Sunday, everything is A-okay. And many folk don't want people to use the word hell any longer. They say it's too harsh of a word. Well, that means I am doing something that's contrary to the word of God. But saints, you know something? You have breath to breathe right now. And while you have breath to breathe, you have an opportunity to reconcile your relationship. See, that should put a smile on your face right there. That should make you smile right there. Because that says it's not too late. The Lord is saying it's not too late. It's not too late. You can get it together. It's not too late. I'm going to give you an opportunity right now because it's not promised that you will make it out of that door. See, we say it's not promised that you will see tomorrow. It's not promised that we'll see the next minute. But you know what we do? Next week. I'm going to give my life to the Lord next week. I'm going to wait till next week. See, I'm going to wait till my buddy is here. Because, you know, my buddy is the one that invited me to church, and my buddy's not here today. So I'm going to wait till next week till my buddy gets here. You may not make it. Why put off tomorrow what you can do right now today? But someone in this house right now, you are living an unreconciled life. It's not reconciled. You are here and God is here. But when I do bank reconciliations, I take the bank balance and I bring it to the book balance because they have to be in balance. If it's 1 cent off, it's not balanced. Do you hear what I'm saying? Amen. If it's 1 cent off, it has to be in balance. So if the bank is here and the book is here, they have to do what? I have to bring the bank to the book. See, the book doesn't go to the bank. The bank comes to the book. And in this case, God is the book and we're the bank. And so God does not come here, you come to him. So God is saying right now, you have an opportunity to come to me. Because right now, you're out of balance. You're out of balance. And we wonder why we can't walk straight. We wonder why we weeble and we wobble. Because we're out of balance. Has anyone ever experienced, I'm about to stop. Has anyone ever experienced vertigo? Vertigo is where there's you're out of balance. The equilibrium is out of balance. The world around you is spinning. You're standing here, but everything else is spinning. And when you try to walk, you can't even walk right because you're out of balance. See, many of us are out of balance with the Lord. We're not in balance with him. Because our natural man, flesh, is superseding the spiritual man. And that is totally out of balance. The flesh should not supersede the spirit man. But when you're out of balance, everything, it seems okay, but it's not okay. But you know, Sister Fondamoya, again, I thank God for reconciled relationship. Hallelujah. I heard the cry of the Lord. Come unto me. All that are what? Heavy laden and heavy laden. And I will do what? Give you rest. He says, I heard the voice. God is speaking right now. Let us stand. God is speaking right now. He's speaking. Hallelujah. He's speaking right now. And he wants somebody. Don't look at your brother or your sister. Don't look at anyone else. Look at yourself. Am I where I should be? Am I out of balance on today? And if the answer is yes, you need to be in the line. Is there one praying right now today? Is there one who wants to have a relationship with the Lord? Again, don't worry about anybody else. It's about you and Jesus. He died on Calvary's cross. He hung, he bled, he died. But the choice is up to you. The choice is up to you. Is there one for prayer?